All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for
Yu Yu Hakusho, episode 53.
Genkai is dead.
Yep. And Yusuke, good luck, son. Yeah.
You and your team are going to need it. It's going to be 4-on-4 unless Taguro's team recruits another person or something like that.
They might
or
not.
maybe even, Yusuke's team could recruit a fifth member. We could
Koenma.
or that wonderful
Chu, coming in to help out.
Yes.
That's okay. No, that actually is true because they did say that you can substitute a person in if
they die.
A member dies. So
one of the previous people that they fought with could, team up.
Chu
with
could
them.
come in. Koenma could come in.
Oh, Koenma's not gonna come in. And Botan's just basically.
She gets her baseball bat,
Botan would not go within 100 meters of that arena for any reason whatsoever.
No.
She's like, that's a good one, Yusuke. You're such a joker.
No. No, it's Koto. She's like, I've always loved the violence, but I'm tired of seeing it from the sidelines.
Her fangs distend a little bit.
Right.
And it's just it's time to feast. Yeah.
I want to live
I love blood and violence. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a boner for murder.
But, the spirits of Team Urameshi will need to be picked up a bit. So, Kuwabara.
It's your time,
buddy. It's your time.
Yep.
Crush Team Taguro with your sword.
Thunder thighs.
And your bare hands. And your heart.
Indeed. So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this.
To transfer something to you, something that only the true and deserving successor of the spirit wave can receive.
Is that hole something he's been firing into, the mountainside?
That would be pretty crazy.
When you finally ended No Nut November. You didn't hear what I said, did you?
No, I didn't.
When you finally end No Nut November.
God damn it.
Screw this test, I'm getting us out of here.
Maybe if you had...
Sorry, guys, sorry.
But it's this dimwit that killed you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey. Hey. Oh. Our blue crew. Yeah.
He did this.
Yep. This is what kind of stuff you're gonna be up against. He's gonna see how big a crater he can make. Damn, Hiei!
Damn it. I still need more training. If this is the best my punch can do, I might as well get a new arm.
Shit. Okay. All right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Okay.
And that was at 80%.
Yeah.
That was not at 100.
Oh God.
I absolutely cannot beat him. Not as I am.
Hey, Kurama! About time I found one of you guys.
Oh.
Come on, please tell me you saw Urameshi run by.
Oh.
No. The exact two guys I wanted to see.
Oh. Okay.
You better answer his question.
This could be their 5th member.
But don't you recognize the beautiful Suzuki?
Yeah.
Suzuki.
He could be their 5th member.
I mean, sure.
Oh, hey, that's right. I see the resemblance now. You're the I got my face turned into pudding by Genkai Suzuki. Yeah,
Wow.
Nice class. Better watch yourself, simple human boy. It's against spirit world law to say my name without putting a beautiful in front.
Wow.
You must think of me as an absolute clown.
Much less now than in your earlier performance, I would say.
Yeah.
Let me just get to the point. So what? These two items are my gifts to you.
Oh.
Oh,
We
shit.
want to see you guys fuck up Toguro.
Could you elaborate?
Yeah, who cares about a fancy ruler? It's a hilt, amateur.
Yeah,
These
you can
were the
channel
starting
your
points
spirit
for
energy
2
through that,
items I gave
probably.
to my own team. It was from just such a fruit that Yuru Urishima derived the smoke for his Idun box. And drinking that
Okay.
will produce the same dreamy effect of turning you into your demon form.
Cool.
And that
Whoa.
one is called the Trial Sword, made from a Japanese cedar that grew to great heights by sucking up the surrounding life. That sounds really creepy. I don't want to hold that. For Shishi Wakamaru, it became the Banshee Shriek. But for you, it should be quite different, and probably without the demons.
Okay.
Allow me the pleasure of a few more words, and I'll give you a warning. This fight was the first time those darling items were used. I still can't tell you exactly how they work or what side effects they could have upon their user.
Gotcha.
Guinea pigs now? It's all up to you whether you want to use the help or not. Now, cheerio.
Now, cheerio.
Do you want to help us?
Because I dislike you, but I hate Toguro.
Mm-hmm.
It only took 3% of his repulsive strength to make a fool out of me. I was young.
Whoa.
And realized my greatness couldn't grant me everything like it should.
Shit.
To pieces at his feet, pleading for my life.
I only kill true
shit.
fighters in job assignments. You're neither, so run along.
Insult to my pride was death enough.
Okay.
But if my own body can't beat him, then at least my items can.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
want you to show him that ingenuity and sophistication can win over strength.
Sweet.
Change his mind. Show him that underdogs can win.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Love it.
What do you want, Koenma?
Oh.
Hey, I always surprise you.
I'm not in the mood for any of your stupid gags.
Yeah.
Yes, neither is Botan. Makes it very hard to function these days.
I know I could have stopped her.
How'd she pick such a moron apprentice?
Who you calling moron, pacifier junkie?
They spent the majority of their lives consumed with each other. A young fighter and a role model. To teammates, to bitter enemies. Whatever terms they happened to be on, they were always opposite magnets on a lifelong crash course. Genkai came here knowing she would die, and Toguro came knowing he would kill her. How were you, a kid whose mother wasn't even born when this conflict began, planning to interfere with this dispute? So,
great
you gonna let
point.
go? Or are we just gonna stand here and do the tango?
It's okay, buddy. Let it out. Let it all out. He needs a hug. He needs a hug.
Is this the final ordeal you planned for him, Genkai? Overcoming his teacher's death?
Yeah. Good job, buddy. Good job.
It is a ridiculous amount of money.
Oh,
what
yes.
are you going to use it on?
You could do great things, Sakyo. Buy out everything our organization doesn't have already.
Actually, I have much bigger plans.
Oh, really? Well, do tell.
I present my master scheme. A giant tunnel connecting the living world with the demon one.
Oh, shit.
Screwing with us. Do you know why a mere handful of demons escape into the living world at a time? So that one spirit detective and his friends are enough to bring them back?
Wow.
Cost. Portals between the worlds are too expensive. Just creating a temporary tunnel the size of a fist costs $1 million.
This guy's
So only
Elon
small,
Musk.
very
Yeah.
crafty demons can get
Boring
through.
company.
But not even 100 trillion is enough. The real wealth is in the bets, but Toguro is such a favorite that no one would bet against him.
So he's
unless there
gonna-
was a wild card.
Oh my god.
Wild card?
No way.
Urameshi.
No way.
You said Fatima Urameshi to be guest before this tournament to start.
You helped him through this whole thing so people like us might bet on his side and get you more money.
Yusuke got through on his own. The only thing I did was murder boot the jury. And Tarukane too, of course.
Wow.
Sick.
Hustling our tournament for your perverse project.
It's the Dark Tournament after all.
Let you get away with this.
I already have.
Holy shit.
This is cute.
Bye.
Yep. Uh-huh. Yep.
If you have placed bets, I'll still collect. Post-mortem.
Oh my god.
That rotten bastard.
Okay. Do you realize that's Toguro?
Jesus. Oh my god.
Yeah.
By the way, what do you think about my plan?
As usual, I think it's far too complicated. With so many variables, you never know what could push it all awry. But as for the idea, how could I not agree? I've acquired so much energy that even if I wanted to go to Demon World, there's no portal now that could carry me.
Bring them to me.
Yeah.
Eloquently answered as always. Care for a drink?
If you don't mind, I will take a glass of orange juice over ice.
Orange juice! Orange juice over ice?
Okay.
Is it
He doesn't drink before a
still
before
a little
fight.
kid
Very
inside,
serious.
you know? I need my vitamin C. Oh, okay.
You're back!
No.
I knew you weren't gone! I knew you weren't! Grandma...
Oh, Grandma.
All right.
How long do you plan to stay out here like this? She said the last year of her life sucked because as a student, you were such a pain in the ass. And she asks you to stay alive for a really long time so she can have some peace and quiet for once.
Oh.
So in other words, Dimwit, go win that battle. Sounds just like her, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
No.
It's time you bit the bullet and started caring about something with all your heart and energy. But you can't care about it if you're always holding yourself back in case it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
You old hag.
Fire went into the cave, yep. Oh, to the sky. Nice.
Watch, Grandma. I got a message for you, too.
Oh, shit.
It's a little sample of the energy you gave me. My way of saying I understand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that from... Yes, it is. Such power.
Incredible. That's from Urameshi? He can do it. Unbelievable. Yusuke could really win.
All right.
Hell yeah.
You think it got all the way up to her?
Yeah, I'm sure it did, Yusuke.
Yusuke has taken his first step in overcoming his teacher's passing. And so, night falls, knowing that when the sun next rises, the climactic final round of the Dark Tournament
Yeah.
is Team Urameshi's greatest challenge.
All right. Okay.
Wow, that was a good episode.
That was
really
real
strong,
good.
emotional episode.
Yep.
Getting some good time with Yusuke, grappling with the death of Genkai. But not only that, having some really cool moments where he's remembering not just what she did for him, but also like having these kind of moments with Koenma where Koenma can be like, "Hey, buddy, I get it, but like
you got a job to do."
yeah, she wouldn't want to see you like this." And,
Right. And she did have a final message.
And she did have a final message. But what I really love about that final message is Koenma could have bullshitted the entire thing.
Sure.
Is that actually, in a lot of ways, I could have probably given a message like that. Like, I actually could probably understand Genkai's spirit enough to where I could say that just to give him a pep talk. And then once he leaves, Blue Ogre and Botan are like, you know, that was total bullshit, right? He's like, yep, absolutely. But you know what?
It's what Yusuke needed to hear. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly. And we know Genkai enough to where we can make it sound like her. So it's like,
Right.
yeah,
well,
absolutely.
and also that would totally be a Genkai thing to say of, don't die, but the reason that you need to not die is because I'm finally getting some peace and quiet.
Yeah.
So don't.
Or I'm
don't
going to get some peace and quiet. you know?
Right, exactly. Don't come to where I am and ruin this, right? You know.
Although that could be an interesting thing of where, you know, in an interesting little world building thing, because Botan's so distraught that she's not doing her job. There's a possibility that
Botan's like a part-timer.
Genkai's spirit is actually like in this like space where she's just like, will you please move me the fuck along, Botan? I can't, it's so sad. Botan, I want to go to the land of paradise and peace and quiet.
Oh my god. No, Botan's like a Grim Reaper, you know? She's not like the only one, probably. That's the way I justify her just having a paddle and a baseball bat, you know? Like But that would be hilarious.
Also, the baseball bat's not hers. That's something I think
it's hers now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
She can summon it at will now.
Exactly, right?
I see.
But okay, I'm really glad that we had an episode to just deal with the loss of Genkai, because with all of the crazy stakes and as hype and dangerous and, you know, ridiculous as this last round of the Dark Tournament is going to be, having this breather to be like, okay, yeah, she's gone.
Let's remind ourselves of the stakes, but also giving stakes around to everybody. Like, this is practically a diner setup right now. We get Hiei realizing that he's probably operating at about 30% of Taguro's 80%.
Right.
So yeah, you kind of
that's still really strong.
You kind of might be able to do something against one or two of the other guys.
Right.
I actually think Hiei is gonna pop the fuck off against two of Taguro's team.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that unfortunately either Kurama or Kuwabara or both are going to lose. And I think this might be a Hiei. It might be a Hiei.
And like, how much does he sacrifice to the Black Flame?
Well, right, a Hiei and Yusuke, like, you know, they kind of carry the team.
I would not be surprised, but Kurama does have a way to actually use his true form.
Right, because they were given magic items by Suzuki. Of all the people that would come back to be like, hey, we're not going to join your team. No,
right.
No, we don't want to die.
Right.
But hey,
stick it to Taguro.
Taguro. Use our items here. Use these to show that creativity and ingenuity and the spirit of the underdog can beat raw brute strength.
Like, now, we're bringing power of friendship from the previous enemies into this dark tournament.
I love it, yeah. But also, I love it from the D&D perspective of the DM being like, I think they might be still a little bit, there's no chance here. So I'm going to have one of the other NPCs come and be like, hey, I creatively wrote a little explanation as to why I can just freely give you magic items that work perfectly well for
the situation.
You two.
Yeah.
The idea that Kuwabara basically gets a sword enhancement device is hilarious.
Oh yeah.
And that he thinks it's a letter opener, or like, what did he think it was?
No, he thought it was like a ruler.
A ruler, that's right.
Like, bless you, Kuwabara.
Bless you, you beautiful himbo.
I think that might be why your math tests aren't doing so well, because if those are the kinds of rulers you're trying to use, might not work super great.
Also, I noticed, Kuwabara, when you blushed when Suzuki asked that he have beautiful put at the beginning of his name. I saw that. I
think that could have also just been social anxiety of like, I don't know, dude.
I don't know. I mean, Suzuki showed up shirtless as well. So
well, the thing is that where I very much wanted to see that side from Kuwabara is him actually just back when Yusuke needed the kiss of life to bring him back. I really wanted Kuwabara to just be like, "You're my best friend, dude. Yes, absolutely. I'm not gonna let you die. Keiko's taking too long to get here.
It's a spectrum, and there's
you're good, my dude.
There's a little percentage in every direction. You know? It's okay. Now, what I really like about this though is that this doesn't have to be the only instance of this. I would say it's most likely going to be
of potential bromancing or of item giving,
of potential Kuwabara being our bisexual icon. No, the idea of people giving support,
because there's the one other person that could join into the team.
Yeah,
and I think
I think there's a possibility that that's just
Koenma?
Like, not going to happen.
Oh, okay,
no,
gotcha.
Because this would have been the episode where I think you would have done that.
I feel like it could happen in the next round, because it's when they need to
do
it.
Do you mean the next episode?
Or no, I do actually mean in the next round, because like whether it's in the next episode or not, but it's when the person needs to fight. If you have someone that's dead, you can basically get a substitute that comes in, and
would they want to coordinate that then?
Maybe, but I could see it being something where it's like, it's sort of like the surprise, okay, we're we don't know if we can do this, and then someone else sees that they're struggling and needs that one extra push.
Okay.
And then Koen was like, you know what? Genkai's not here and I'm not gonna let you fail. I will be very cool, or even he decides to not be very cool because then that would drain too much of his power and he goes in as his toddler self,
And no one takes him seriously.
And then he kicks the
And
shit
then
out
toddler uppercuts,
Right.
one of them into the stratosphere.
Because I feel like Koenma being so present this episode was also kind of like a reminder of like, Koenma is here.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so, man. I feel like it has to be someone like Suzuki. It has to be someone that's a previous fighter that we know is actually capable of fighting.
Right, like Jin comes in all of a sudden.
Koenma is a joke character in a lot of ways to us when it comes to fighting. Like we
have never actually seen him fight.
We very much respect him in his role, but his lines and his delivery, for the most part, makes him much more of a comic relief character.
Yes, but here's why I think that could actually be amazing.
Oh my god.
No, so bear with me here. The fight between Yusuke and Toguro is going to be hype as hell. It's also going to be dredging up all kinds of pain and stuff because of the situation with Genkai. If we, in the middle of this final round, if we get that little bit of levity thrown in to just cut the tension a little bit, not too much.
Just be a commentator and give all the levity he needs. He doesn't
Or
need to
he could
fight.
commentate from the ring.
Then no one will. No. I have to say, the issue I have with that is that it robs a potential awesome for one of the four members here.
Like
which
Kuwabara.
Means, which means that one of the Toguro teammates, basically,
Sure, no, I get that.
Especially
since there's four on Team Toguro and four on Team Yamashi.
they have to recruit another person for Koenma to fight then. That's the only way I see this happening. So I thought maybe Suzuki was going to join up with them and actually be like, can I be your fifth member?
But he's like, hell no.
No.
I have realized that I am not cut out for this.
When I was young, I lost to 3% of Toguro's power.
Yeah, and then you guys beat me, so shit.
So there's no chance I can do it. But it would be cool to see someone else who's maybe got a gimmicky power that could do something to help.
Ooh.
What was his name? The wind guy.
Jin?
Was his name Jin?
Or he was the flying one.
Yeah. I think so.
Well, because one of the other things that I was thinking, like, if you wanted to have it be something where a new person comes in to kind of power friendship, help out, but not cheapen any of the things that other people are doing, you could have it be something where it's the, no, I know I can't win. I am going to try and buy you guys time so that you can rest up. And then it's the...
And then it's Jin who just flies up at the top of the arena.
Right.
Like, fuck you.
Or it's Chu and he's like, oh yeah, come on, I can...
he just drunkenly dodges
just sways
everything,
and, bobs and all that stuff, yeah.
What's his name? Karasu is trying to touch him, and he's like, no, mate, hi. Morning dinner first, mate.
Right.
What the fuck are you all about? If you're gonna touch me nips. I really like a nice rubbing right here,
This is totally my wishful thinking and stuff, but the thing that's constantly surprised me in this arc is how much goofy silliness and fun that we have in the midst of this dark tournament where you have Toguro as the, final antagonist. Which
for sure.
We also kind of got a bit of with Toguro of the orange juice over ice.
I mean, that was funny, yes. But, the fact that Toguro was on call specifically for, okay, I'm about to tell them what I'm doing here.
And they're not going to like it, so I needed to just...
They'll then give me an excuse to kill them so that I can collect all their assets, all their businesses, all their contacts, everything. I will be the de facto leader here, setting up a next segment of the story where our boy here is going to set up an entire massive demon portal that will connect the two worlds.
Right.
But the kind of thing that, apparently would allow even really powerful demons to come through, which is an interesting concept, the idea that it's not limited by the physical size only.
Right.
It's also the actual power of the being that's going through.
Right, which is fun, because it's almost like the portal will destabilize or something, if too much energy is passing through.
Right, but it's also a thing that I find to be really funny, because then Togoro's like, no portal could take me through. I'm like, then what's the point of using 20, 60, 80, whatever percent if it doesn't actually change what your power is.
No, I think it's just so that way he can have more fun in the fights, because he's hampering himself. He's fighting with training rates.
I get that, but why couldn't he hamper himself to go through a portal then?
I think it's something where it's just he still has the power there, he's just not actively using it.
But no one can sense it, though. Like that's the thing.
But like sensing it doesn't necessarily mean it's not there. You know, like
I get that. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But then, why?
His shoulders are actually just too big, because it's also a size thing, and he's just too dummy thick. He doesn't need to
transform then in order to use it, if that's the case.
No. It's just there are no portals that can allow for his dummy thick shoulder span. You know.
So what you're saying is that the actual reason why he can't go through is because the clap of his ass cheeks keeps
destabilizing
the portal. Right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's right.
Gotcha. That tracks, though.
Yep.
That absolutely tracks. Okay. But yeah, they're all dead. That's a thing that's happening. I think that this tournament, no matter how it ends, really, I think he's set it up to where he's going to win big no matter what.
I think so.
And he's going to have more than enough to do his portal.
I think he's going to be betting on Yusuke.
And that's the thing. If he's setting it up in that way, he might be actually betting on Yusuke. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, because that
Underdog.
Because if 100 trillion still isn't enough of the 66 trillion or whatever, plus the 40 trillion that he got,
right.
you know, that he would get if Toguro won. If that's not enough, I love that he brings up the point of no, the real money to be made is on betting, right? But of course,
doesn't care about that 40 trillion,
right? But no one's really gonna bet against Toguro. Like, think about it. Everyone's going to be betting on Toguro because he's the sure thing.
Now, there are going to be some people voting for Urameshi.
Yeah.
Of course, because they're
why not, right? You know, you throw $100 on Urameshi because you'll, make tons of money.
If you see 10,000 to 1 odds on anything,
you take
that bet.
Right, exactly. Yeah. But in this situation, even though everyone might be thinking it's 10,000 to 1 odds, like they might have already placed the bets, and then suddenly this big blast of energy goes into the sky, and they're like, that looks kind of like Yusuke's spirit gun. Wait, how far away is that? How big is it actually? Yeah. I'm not so sure about my bet anymore.
You know what actually would be really funny?
Yeah.
Remember my theory about Toguro, or I think it was our theory, but of Toguro killing himself?
Oh, wait.
What if?
Okay.
What if that's actually the reason why he's betting on Urameshi?
Because he knows that Toguro basically...
There's a possibility that Toguro might, after he's had his fight here, realize
his lust for life might be gone.
Well, he won't ever fight someone as strong as Urameshi again.
Gotcha.
And then he's like...
Oh. I could see that, but at the same time, like I could definitely see that being a thing. And yet the tunnel actually feels like it could be something that might keep that from happening, because then it's oh no, this is fine. Once he gets the money, he'll open the portal, and then I'll have people to fight forever. So
then what if Toguro wins, and he loses all that money?
Wins. That would be something. And then it's you
get 40 trillion.
Right. Yeah.
Flat
And
base,
maybe he bet like 20 trillion on Urameshi, right? Because it was like 10 to 1 odds or something, right?
That was all he needed, was basically like...
And then it's okay, I've got 85 trillion,
Mm-hmm.
I'm still pretty good. Like, it'll take me a little longer, but I'll still get there.
Right. In a lot of ways, this is one of the things that I'm not so sure about the money side of things in this world, is that if 100 trillion really is that much... Because there's a possibility that they were saying like, oh, you would run the world with this kind of money. And I'm like, you would run quite a lot of the world, but unless this is just, this manga was written a while ago, so 100 trillion maybe meant more back then. But then also, is this yen or dollars?
Because $1 trillion, that's a hell of a lot of money.
But it's actually not that much really right now. No.
Right.
Apple, Microsoft, or all that are worth more than $1 trillion.
Now, 30 years ago...
That's one company, by the way.
Right.
There are super companies that basically own like 1/6 of the food... service thing in the country here.
Yeah. If you were to go back 30 years, and especially because this guy, I can't remember if he's Japanese or not. if he is like American, then maybe he actually is talking.
Well, there
in,
might
like,
be
US
also
dollars.
a currency that's specifically used
sure.
on the black market. Kind of
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
like
In
that.
Demon Society, this is the currency that we
Right,
use,
right.
all that stuff, something like that. But then
anyway.
that could mean even more. But yeah,
Right.
I love this as an explanation for how Togashi is going to lead into the next arc.
Yeah.
Of having it be something that's based on money, because anytime a world that is either has a fantastical side to it or something gets into the economics of how the world works, that's one of my personal favorite things for making it feel alive, because money is just, it's money. It kind of is inescapable, and it kind of runs everything, right? So seeing how it moves
And
in
that
this
the villains
universe
are using it.
and that the villains are using it very effectively,
rather than just throwing out a random number, which they kind of are here.
Right,
Except for the idea that we are having all these other characters that then are fodder to then be like, oh, you could run the whole world. But he's like, no. I don't care about that. Running the world with money, that's so boring.
Right.
What about fear?
Yeah.
Like,
I will really change the game.
Actually change everything this way. And they're just trying to keep things the same. So they're like, oh, this crazy project. But he's like, no. This will work.
Which is also a fun, like, retroactively meta statement of, like, only enough, demons can get through that are small or clever enough that one spirit detective can take care of them. It's like, yes, because Yusuke was the spirit detective for Earth.
Right.
Not like,
Yes.
so when you get to Dark Tournament and stuff, it's like, wait a minute, this seems like a lot more than Yusuke would have been able to handle, right?
Right.
No, it's going to get worse, right?
Yeah, a lot worse. And also the idea that, like, the entire plane of existence for demons and what have you, there's demons out there, like in the OP, basically, where it's like they're the size of a shopping mall.
Right, yeah, like the
massive.
dude said. It's like,
Right.
Oh, okay. All right.
And so that also justifies in a lot of ways what will be the reason really for Yusuke's power-up is that he needs to be ready to face, Avengers level threats,
No, right. And I think that's something that's a great thing to set up because Toguro is a very personal villain while at the same time being very strong, right?
Yeah.
If Yusuke gets strong enough to beat Toguro, or at the very least compete with Toguro, any of the previous conflicts are going to feel
kind of
trivial by comparison. And then how do you introduce new conflicts that are on that same scale and have it not feel just like, oh, then Toguro wasn't actually that important? No, it's that they were all on this other planar divide, so Toguro really was like the strongest being in existence on this side.
Yep.
But
and
that's about to change.
He might still have been the most powerful outside of maybe like, going into the realms of like gods and stuff like that.
Sure.
But even then...
there are those things out there. They're just not here yet.
Yet. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of one of those little soft reminders is that we don't really know how powerful Koenma's dad is.
That's true.
That's kind of, I would say, the actual power ceiling because it's like...
He talked about him casually throwing tantrums and leveling continents or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Mountains and stuff.
That's the power ceiling. That's,
right.
That's the current known power ceiling in Yu Yu Hakusho. But Toguro being this, like you said, personal threat means that when things get impersonal, we can then have the average threat there in the impersonal side of things be something that makes Toguro look kind of just a little bit above average.
Right. And have that work within the overarching world narrative, basically.
Sure. Yeah. And then I just hope they find a way to keep the other 3 boys relevant because that is a definite
right. Kuwabara has kind of been the yes, I am
really power scale.
Right, like he hasn't really been helping much this tournament other than moral support and everything.
Yep.
And I could see that getting even more so in the next arc.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. But
you never know.
Here we go. Y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get on early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there, and all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us in the community there about this show, about anime in general, and also be sure to check out our Twitch channel.
We stream every weekday. The info's in the description.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all
next time.